Hey, Eloise Ansell here. I am an intuitive healer based in the UK, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're a repeat watcher. I don't know, what do we call you? This week, I want to talk about one of the myths that comes up, and I hear it time and time again from other therapists and healers, and I want to kind of spend some time talking about how this is kind of railroading you in the wrong direction, how it's causing you to lose confidence and probably lose clients. Hey, Eloise here. Hello. So I've been in clinic since 2008. Now, before I did what I'm doing now, I used to be a life coach, back when no one knew what life coaching was. And so I got spots this week. And the thing when I was a life coach is I tended to do a lot of life coaching on other life coaches. And so when I became a therapist, guess what? I do therapy for a lot of other therapists. And I'm always that person that everyone phones. So over the years, I've done more and more kind of coaching for therapists. And there are some things that come up time and time again with all of the therapists that I've either taught or have been clients or friends over the years. And there are many myths and things that come up time and time again. And I want to start kind of crushing some of those myths so that if you're a therapist or a healer or whatever you want to call yourself, you can really excel and flourish in your business and help more people. Because that is a win win for everyone. We need therapists on the planet at this time more than ever. And you not being out there doing your thing and reaching more people is not helping anybody. So let's talk about some myths. So the biggest myth that comes up time and time again is that people do not know enough. Now, whenever we're in clinic, if you don't get a miracle with every client, there's something inside you that just goes, oh, maybe I should take another course. Maybe I should learn another modality. Or like we're kind of seeking, and partly we're always seeking information because we want to do the best for our clients. And every now and again I get drawn to something and study something new. So it's healthy to study and learn. But when you driving your whole life around the fact that you're not good enough and you need to learn more, that's when we get into trouble. Because believe me, even if you've just done one level of one modality and you just know how to do that one thing, if you learn that inside and out and practice and practice and practice, you can work miracles. You just don't know it yet because you haven't got to that point of kind of I was going to say invoking. That's not a word. Kind of like embracing and embodying that energy of what you're doing. Because once you get to that point, it will start to expand in a way and do other things than what you think is possible. So there's a myth, and it's driven by this internal I'm not enough that drives us to go out and want to study more things and learn more and do more and da 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 da. Stop. Do one thing and do it really well. Get known for that one thing. That is the best way to be in clinic. Like, if you're a therapist that does 1,000 different modalities, you're kind of saying that one isn't good enough. So I need all these others because that thing isn't great. It's fine to combine them. I'm not saying don't do it, and if you've got a modality that works more intuitively where you can kind of like meld them all together when needed, that is awesome. But what we get driven by, there's not enough. We feel that we're failing our clients because we don't know enough. And that is never, ever the case. What is missing is people take a course and then they're like, right, okay, got it, tick. They don't study it. They don't learn it. They don't really work and practice with what they've learned. And so it's like going into a sweet shop and just collecting sweets. It's a really bad analogy. And then just keeping them in the cupboard. It's like, oh, I've done that one. You've never tasted it. You don't know what it tastes like. You've never really lived that thing. I love analogies, but sometimes I'm really bad at them. And so or maybe we'll pick another one. What would be a good one? It's like learning a new recipe and then you never use the recipe. And a client comes in and you're like, well, I remember there was a sprinkle of cinnamon in it, but you don't remember the other ingredients because you're not studied and learnt it and like really embodied it. And this is where we get scrambled as therapists. A lot of people make money out of therapists taking another course and another course and another course. And obviously, that's great. I used to have a lady who I love and adore, who used to organise my courses in London for me. And she used to take one new module of her modality every year. And she spent the whole year rereading the manual, re-listening to the audio of the course, practicing it, asking like bodies and attracting bodies that needed that work, so that she really learned it and really deepened her knowledge and awareness of that course. And she had a whole year dedicated to expanding her awareness in that one little field. Now, obviously, everything she'd learnt before would come in, but she really gave it space and practiced and practiced and practiced that one thing before she added something else. Now, you look at other people that go on like 18 courses every month, they don't know any of it. And they're really wishy-washy with their energy when they come to implement it and use it on a client. So, my number one top tip is to be more like my lovely friend who used to organise my courses and just live and breathe one thing every year or every 6 months or whatever, and really integrate it in and learn it and embody it. But you can work miracles with just one modality, with just the basic level of modality. If it's a good modality, you can do everything with it. Seriously. Not that there are bad modalities, that sounds wrong. But you know what I mean? Like, we tend to think that we need to collect it all and get the whole sweet shop, when really, those aniseed balls are good enough. What's your favourite sweet? I don't know. So, you are good enough. You know enough. You just may need to be studying. If you're not getting the results you want, go back to the basics. Go and reset the basics of your modality that you're using of choice and keep going back to it. Keep revisiting it. Keep working with it, because you can work miracles with just that entry level. You don't need all of the toys in the toy box, in the toy shop. You can play with one for quite a while and have fun. Now, I find this with dancing. I do a lot of dancing. That's my hobby of choice. And I've just been away on a weekend training, and I went back to some of the basic classes again, because I want to drill the basics. I want to, like, every time I go back to those classes, I like catch a little nuance, or I find myself doing something different, or there's just some awareness there. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, great. I missed that before. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. And, oh, there's a different question, or, the teacher's teaching in a different way. And I'm like, oh, that's new. It's really refreshing, and it just helps. And also gives us the confidence that we're doing the right thing. If you take that basic course once and then, 20 years later, you're still using it, do you ever even remember it? Do you remember what was going on? Yeah, you could be doing a completely different version of it and it would still be working. But drilling the basics is sometimes the best way of getting that really sound, stable platform that we can build on later on. So wherever you are in your healing journey, maybe think about going back to basics, revisiting some of the fundamental levels of your modality. And don't think, if you're not getting results, that it's you. Your client chooses how much they change. It's got nothing to do with you sometimes. It's always what the client is ready and willing to shift. So you don't have to go and spend a load of money doing a million different courses. Drill the basics, keep practicing, and you will start to get results. You don't have to spend all your hard-earned money buying all the toys in the toy shop. That's a better analogy than the sweets. Okay, any questions? Pop them in the chat below. Now, if you want to go through some more myths, I'm going to run a workshop on Wednesday, March the 27th, 2024 at 8 p.m. UK time. We're going to be talking about some of the other myths that come up in therapists' journeys, which are stopping you from getting results and attracting more clients. So if you want to sign up, there will be a link below. If you've got something that you'd like me to explore or talk about in that webinar, pop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're struggling with as a therapist, or what you'd like to know more about, or if you've got a myth that you busted that made a big difference, let me know. It would be interesting to hear from you. And come and join me on the 27th. There will be time to pick my brain. So if you want to ask me some questions, you're more than welcome to come along. It would be fun. Okay, have a great day. Take care. Bye.